Hello, welcome to Math Plus Magic. Let me scratch my head. To support the channel, visit the TCGplayer affiliate link in the description below. It helps a lot. Thank you. Last time I did a tier list for the Precon commanders. Today we're going to do the 2013 secondary commanders because there's always an extra 2 that you can swap out for your commanders in the Precon. This is going to rate them based on their greatness as a commander, not as the creature in the deck. So here we go. Let's check that out. You're gonna disagree with me, but I don't care. I think this is fun. So here we go. First we got Shroom the Hedgemon. When Shroom enters, she returns an artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a 5/5 flyer. She's pretty great. There's a lot of people, me included. I'm not very good at building her, but I feel like she's pretty cool. I think she's a pretty good very good Esper artifact commander. I think she's pretty viable. You just constantly blink things and get stuff back, so you can constantly play all your cool artifacts. And I think she's pretty cool. She's not the best commander in the world. Like, I'm just gonna say that right now, but I think she's pretty good. So I think I will stick her in B tier, B plus. You know, like she's pretty good. Hey, next we've got Sidri Galvanic Genius. I've got a little cheat sheet on the left here because these are so small I can't really read them properly. Target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness equal to number its converted mana cost until end of turn. Play Orzhov. Target artifact creature gains death touch and lifelink until end of turn. Well, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. I've never seen anybody play with her as a commander. In the hundreds of games I've played a commander, I've never seen her as a commander. She's much cheaper than Shroom. You know, they're from the same deck. So you can basically turn your mana rocks into creatures. You can turn your random other artifacts into creatures. And you can give an artifact death touch and lifelink. I think that's pretty cool. That's a really good effects. They're really cheap. You'd really have to build around her, but I think she's pretty. I'm going to put her in B tier as well because, I don't know, that's what I think. Alright, now we got Gahiji, Honored One. It's a 4/4 beast for 2 Naya. Whenever a creature attacks one of your opponents or a planeswalker an opponent controls, that creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. This is a very political commander, and it's kind of the only beast commander if you're going for solid beast tribal. He's not that. I mean, he's pretty political, which is kind of fun, and it gives everybody's stuff +2/+0 as long as it's attacking an opponent. And he's got white in it, so you can kind of pillow fort yourself in with Ghostly Prison and whatnot, so they're forced to attack other people. I think he's fun. I think he's a fun commander. If I was gonna go with a Naya commander, I don't think I would choose Gahiji, but I'm gonna put him in C tier, personally. Right? Okay, now let's go to Mayel the Anima. So she costs Naya for 2/3 Elf Shaman. Pay 3 Naya, tap her. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card with power 5 or greater from among them into play. Put the rest on the bottom in any order. So you're basically getting big creatures for 6 mana every time, and then you can kind of filter through the top of your deck as you go. I think I've seen her as a commander, and I think she's pretty fun. And you've got access to green, so the 6 mana is not going to be terribly hard to get to. I think she is better than Gahiji. Here's the thing: if you look at the top 5 and there's a 1/1 creature in there, you just paid 6 mana for a 1/1, which is not that great. So you really have to stack your deck with her to make sure everything's just giant. It's just giant creatures and mana ramp. That's all it is. Which is, I mean, I love that. So I'm also gonna put her in B tier. Sek Kuar, Deathkeeper, 2 Jund. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, put a 3/1 black and red Graveborn with haste onto the battlefield. So you just replace all your creatures with 3/1s, which is kind of cool. It's kind of fun, but he's not as aggressive as some other Jund commanders like Corvold, Fake Cursed King. That one, I don't know. You're going to have stuff that constantly die over and over again. You've got haste, and you can just murder all your stuff and then attack with a bunch of 3/1s, and which is kind of fun. But honestly, I think I'm going to put him in C tier. He's a little bit slower because all your stuff has to die, which I guess is the point of black, usually. The Shadowbang Brothers. We got the Shadowbang Brothers. 2 in a black, sack a creature. Each other player sacks a creature. 2 in a red, sack an artifact. Each player sacks an artifact. 2 and a green, sacrifice an enchantment. Each other player sacrifices an enchantment. You very much control the board. And that's where I think Shatterbang Brothers would be a better commander than Sekikuar. You manipulate the battlefield to death, which is insane. Just the value of just going back and forth. And you've got access to green, so you got all the mana in the world. You could, if you've got, 3, 6, 9 mana, you can just do all of those things in one turn and just manipulate the board. So I think that's much more valuable. I'm going to put that in A tier, honestly. Next, we have Nekusar, the Mind Razor. Zombie Wizard 2/4. At the beginning of each player's draw step, the player draws an additional card. Little group huggy, but whenever an opponent draws a card, Nekusar deals 1 damage to that player. I love Nekusar. Honestly, I'm going to put Nekusar in S tier because he's amazing and I love him. Yeah, Nekusar is still used pretty frequently today. A lot of these other ones aren't used as frequently. Honestly, out of all of these is probably the most used. Just because you can just wheel and deal everybody with the windfall effects in blue and red, and you just constantly just kill everybody all at once. And everybody's drawing cards, and it's just going crazy. Next, we got Thraxamunder. Thraxamunder is one of my commanders that I have. I don't play the deck very often, but I think it's fun. And whenever he attacks, defending a player sacks a creature. And whenever a player sacks a creature, you put a +1/+1 counter on him. And so the moment he attacks, he's a 7/7. I guess that's pretty darn cool. He's very expensive in those colors, but man, I have lots of fun. Basically, my deck just steals other people's creatures, and then you sack those creatures, and then whenever you sack a creature, you put a +1/+1 counter on him, and he's got haste, and you just swing for absurd amounts of commander damage. I have a soft spot for Thraxamunder, but honestly, he's probably going to be in B tier as well, because he's so expensive to get him out. Rune of the Hidden Realm. 2, tap him, exile another target creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So you blink creatures, pay and tap him, and he's a Vigilance Trample Rhino. He is definitely good in the deck, but he's not very good as the commander because, I don't know, there's other things that blink things faster and better. I guess you could put things in there that do that too. Like the new Thassa does that at the end step. Yeah, he's a little bit slower for blinking because you have to pay to and then tap him. But he's in green-blue, so you can untap him with other ways. But he needs a bunch of other things around him to work well. Thraxamunder and Mael and Shatterbang Brothers, Nekusar, those all just do their thing. And they just have to be out. They don't have to have anything else around them to work. I guess Thraxamunder kind of. Rune of the Hidden Realm, he requires other engines to make him better. Rune, I don't think, I'm going to put Rune in, I don't know, C tier. I don't think any of these are bad. I think these are actually pretty good. Actually, no, I am going to put Rune in D because he takes forever to get out. Honestly, you're not going to attack. He's got Vigilance, so you could attack with him and then tap. It makes him better, but still, you still got to pay and then tap him to activate that ability. Anyway, D tier. And last but not least, we've got Rubina, Soul Singer. She is actually a reprint from a long time ago. But you can choose not to untap her during your untap step, and you can tap her to gain control of a creature as long as she's tapped. So you can just tap her, gain control of something, and then you just keep it for as long as she's out and as long as she's tapped. But she's not that great of a commander. Because she's, I don't know, maybe she is. She's one of those, she's the same with Rune where you have to have other things to make her work well. She's really cool, but as a commander, I'm going to put her next to Rune in D tier. Honestly, that deck was not the best. I had that deck. That deck was not built well, in my opinion. Of course, none of these were really built that well in 2013. But anyway, that's my opinion. What do you think? Tell me where I'm wrong, and don't get mad at me. Come on, guys. I'm pretty dumb, so thanks so much for watching. I will see you next week for your weekly dose of magic. I'm tired.
It shouldn't take a week. Put on your favorite dress. I see you got dancing feet. Party on a Sunday. Drugs just a sleeper. Living for the moment. Put it all on your visa. Mona Lisa, Bonet, Patron in the OJ. Drink to you KO. Any are you okay? Good taste in music. Many fresh and Coldplay. First you like to work out. No